Yogiri was a Lovecraftian boy who learned the strange power of instant death, but sadly, he was thrown straight into a world ruled by dark-minded sages. And when he realized that to return to his home, he would have to defeat dark gods, he used his talent to train a girl who looked like a total psycho. She destroyed his enemies during the day and snatched weird candies from him at night. Before this, Yogiri was enjoying a normal school trip when his bus suddenly teleported to another world. Everyone was confused until a girl entered the bus and introduced herself as Sage Scion. As soon as the teacher tried to speak, the sage killed her right there and calmly said that the others would suffer the same fate if they did not listen. She even swallowed the bus driver because he did not fit the story. After this, she told the students that she brought them here to be new sage candidates because sages ruled this world. Then she chanted a magic spell that gave almost all the children special powers. Only a few unfit candidates were left. They were also given a mission to kill a dragon. The other students started preparing, but Yogiri slept like a literal log without worrying at all because he had not received any new power. On the other side, the remaining people chose a boy named Yazaki as their leader. Yazaki tried to be smart and locked the weak students in the bus so that they would become bait for them. But then the dragon entered and killed some of the weak children. The last remaining girl named Tomo shook Yogiri to wake him up. Yogiri woke up and saw that everyone around him was practically dead. The dragon charged at them. Tomo panicked, but Yogiri just glanced at it and the dragon fell down. Yogiri did not move even a single muscle. Tomo asked in shock how he did that, but Yogiri casually lied that the dragon probably died on its own. As they walked ahead, they saw 3 classmates flying in the air. Yogiri thought that he should finish them because they were coming there to die anyway. As soon as the 3 landed, they told Tomo to come with them because they wanted to have some fun. Their leader even conjured a giant fireball to scare them. But then Yogiri spoke in a serious tone and said, "Die," and the guy collapsed right there. Then he killed the second boy in the same way. After this, Yogiri revealed that he had an ability named Instant Death. It was basically a power with low-budget Light Yagami vibes. Yogiri asked the last man why the 3 of them were acting so foolishly. The man revealed that he was a demon who had been summoned to this world before. He said that when they returned to the real world after defeating the demon lord, only a few hours had passed there. Yogiri wanted to finish him too, but the demon literally started crying and begging for his life. He even offered a slave collar to Yogiri to ensure he would always remain obedient. But the demon was so useless that Yogiri told him to wait in the nearby magical forest. He also told him to empty all his luggage so that they would have more money than any broker had ever seen in their life. A while later, Yogiri advised Tomo not to trust anyone. When Tomo asked why he trusted her, Yogiri laughed and said that she had soft and sweet melons, and Tomo went crazy with embarrassment. Meanwhile, Sage Sion was chilling in her private chamber. Her assistant, Yuji, arrived and gave a mission update. He said that 2 S-ranks were killed, and he suspected that someone was using magic like instant death. Sion did not care about this. She told him to handle everything himself, and then started slapping her own cat. A while later, Yogiri and Tomo reached an area that looked like a low-budget paradise island. Tomo saw the guards closing the gate and ran towards them, but she realized that they spoke a completely different language. Then, they met a boy named Masuhiko, who understood their language. He said that he normally charged an entry fee, but the high authority had forbidden him from interfering in the matters of the sages. This meant he would not help them either. Both of them planned to escape quietly from there. On the way, Masuhiko asked Tomo if she would like to play with his nuts. Tomo held Yogiri's hand out of fear and started running. Later, she confessed to Yogiri that she was afraid he might kill Masuhiko. Yogiri calmly explained to her that he was not a crazy killer. When they looked around, they saw all kinds of people, like demi-humans, elves, and other fantasy creatures. Just then, a cat girl named Morio arrived and offered to show them the city for free. Yogiri asked her what she would gain from this. She said that she had some sympathy for the sage candidates, but when she realized that Tomo and Yogiri were dating, she promised to keep all her companions away from them. At night, when Tomo returned from shopping, Morio brought a whole team of goons with her. Yogiri immediately understood that these people were looters. Their leader said that their targets were weak sage candidates because fighting powerful ones was difficult. Tomo told Morio to back off and claimed that Yogiri was much more powerful than he looked. Morio mocked them, saying that they were powerless. But before the attackers could do anything, Yogiri casually made all the goons standing behind him disappear. Then he focused on the ones in front. He tested if he could target only specific parts of the body to save their lives. The test was successful, but Yogiri realized that he did not like seeing people suffer at all. Torture was not his style. Everyone started falling one by one, and Morio broke down crying. Yogiri let her go, but as soon as they moved forward, guard captain Adele and her soldiers blocked their path. Adele asked what had happened there. Yogiri acted innocent, but Adele revealed that she had seen the whole scene. When asked why she did not intervene, Adele explained that she was tracking the actual gang leader. Yogiri hid his irritation at being used, while Adele straightforwardly said that. Tomo and Yogiri both both looked powerless. It was hard to suspect them just like that. Adele got a bit frustrated and left, and Yogiri asked George if they could find a decent place to rest. Upon reaching the reception, Yogiri casually asked Tomo if she would like to share the same room with him, but Tomo was not mentally ready to give away her V-card to anyone yet, so she quickly refused. Later, she got a large room with a huge bed inside, but because of sleeping separately from Yogiri, thoughts of him kept revolving in her mind. She wondered if Yogiri really wanted to taste her cookie, and then she remembered how he had said that her melons were shaking. At that moment, she saw a ghost in the room, and she screamed loudly. But the very next second, she realized that the ghost looked exactly like her big sister. The ghost introduced herself as Momo, and after doing some drama, said that she had come there as her guardian angel. Tomo angrily asked where she had vanished when she really needed her. Momo revealed that she was hiding because she was afraid that Yogiri might kill her too. Hearing this, Tomo was shocked that Yogiri's instant death ability worked on spirits as well. Momo immediately warned her to tell him beforehand so the situation would not get worse suddenly. Momo explained that she was a spirit herself, so she could save Tomo from supernatural threats, and this was the reason Tomo never received her special powers. Tomo got irritated, but Momo softly reminded her that powers often came with a heavy price, and she only wanted to protect her. Tomo asked with curiosity if every powerless person had a guardian. Momo said no. This was only because Tomo was connected to the Danura school of archery. It was a very rare case. Momo promised that she would try her best to send Tomo back to her original world, but Tomo was a little confused because she had become completely dependent on Yogiri. To prepare her, Momo taught her secret martial arts techniques all night. The next day, Yogiri and Tomo met a lady named Celestina who was ready to help them find their remaining classmates. In exchange for some gold, she marked important spots on their map. She gave them translation devices and also handed them train tickets to the royal capital. Before leaving, Yogiri told her to invest all his jewelry in a profitable business. Tomo was amazed to see his calm confidence. In the train, Yogiri was quietly playing his handheld game. Meanwhile, Momo kept hovering around Tomo, constantly. In irritation, Tomo told her to go and bother Yogiri, but Momo was afraid that he might see her. Just then, Yogiri calmly said that he could already see her. Hearing this, Momo froze in midair. Then Yogiri asked Tomo to sit next to him, and as soon as she sat down, the whole floor suddenly shook and she fell down. Tomo looked up and was shocked. The entire roof of the train was missing. Nearby, a hero was fighting a supernatural attacker. Tomo saw that a golden-haired warrior was clashing with a giant robot-like monster. Tomo casually suggested that Yogiri should finish them because they were getting in their way. But Yogiri gently reminded her that he could not kill anyone just like that. Their conversation stopped as the fight got closer. The hero Santaro suddenly lost control and started attacking innocent civilians. Yogiri asked why he was attacking them, but Santaro started spouting nonsense, claiming to be superior. Before he could speak any further, Yogiri finished him with just one word. As soon as Santaro died, the giant robot got scared and said that he was not an enemy, and if they let him go, he could grant a wish. Yogiri asked how he could return to his own world. The robot explained that he would need exact coordinates and an insane amount of energy. Meanwhile, Adele and George were interrogating a man whose eyes had gone permanently blind due to Yogiri's ability. No healer could improve his condition. Their leader, Lane, even tried to turn him into a vampire, but his blindness was still not cured. Just then, a hero attacked their hideout in full battle mode. Another hero attacked Lane, but Lane stopped his entire attack without any effort after a massive explosion. Even after this, Lane came out completely safe and proudly said that she was immortal. Then she threw Yoon from the balcony and ordered Adele and George to find Yogiri. A little later, they found the same train and found Santaro's corpse lying nearby. Lane gave this news to Jean, and she believed that Yogiri must possess some instant death weapon because a normal human could not be that strong. In their meeting, Lane called a sage named Masaki and ordered him to gather an undead army and start a campaign on Hanabusa. At night, Yogiri and Tomo were resting. Just then, Yogiri returned with a futuristic shape-shifting weapon and gifted it to Tomo. The next day, both of them reached Hanabusa City. Tomo felt the city had a completely Japanese vibe. Then she noticed that Yogiri looked quite dull. Actually, he had been finishing all the monsters and thugs who were keeping an eye on them, and this had made him mentally exhausted. While roaming in the city, they found that tall hotel, which Celestina had marked on the map. As soon as they went inside, they met his classmate Yuki, who had separated from the rest of the group and had set out on his solo journey. But before he could explain, his obsessed lover Erika barged in and asked why he was making friends with other girls. Erika was one of the many girls whom Yuki flirted with every night. Stephanie, Chelsea, Euphemia, and Risa were also included, and all these girls were ready to pounce on Tomo immediately. Yogiri whispered in Tomo's ear that Yuki must have been left behind like other weak people, and maybe he got some special power due to which he got 11 inches of extra space in the truck. But Tomo explained that Yuki was already quite popular among girls. Yuki then invited Tomo Tomo to join his harem. Since Tomo was with Yogiri, Yuki offered to keep him as a servant. Seeing this, Yogiri understood that he was not in the mood to finish Yuki for now, but Yuki confidently revealed that he belonged to the most powerful sage class. Then he told them that when he first came to this world, the entire city had thrown a welcome party for him, and then their classmate Koldos came to meet him. She told Yuki that since he was of the most powerful S-rank sage class, everyone avoided him. That was why he should bring level 1 servants for himself, and whenever these servants defeated anyone, Yuki would get all their experience, which would make him even more overpowered. When Yuki asked how she knew all this, she said that, due to her advisor role, she could identify hidden abilities in anyone. When Yuki asked why she was helping him, Koldos smiled and said she just wanted to ensure that one of them became a sage so they would not turn into beasts. And like this, Yuki could increase his strength without any fight. Then he challenged Yogiri for a fight, but Tomo immediately intervened and refused because she did not want anyone to die. Yogiri then decided to leave, and since he had many shabby clothes, Yuki told Tomo that she would be safer with him. But hearing this, Tomo got a little upset, so he quietly apologized. A few days later, Tomo was locked in her room and wondering when they would leave. Just then, Momo told her that Yogiri was still in a deep sleep. Tomo told her to keep an eye on him, but Momo refused out of fear. Meanwhile, a warrior named Lane Darkness was fighting in the city, and her powers started spreading in the city. Suddenly, an immortal corps led by Masaki attacked the city, and chaos ensued. Tomo just dropped the curtain because honestly, she did not care about it. But Momo revealed that someone was watching them with bad intentions, and they had used skills to hide their body. Tomo decided to wake up Yogiri, but he was dreaming childhood dreams in deep sleep. As soon as he woke up, he went to the hall room and saw that Erika was making a deadly attack on Momo. He immediately stopped her with his instant death magic, and then went to Tomo's room. There he called the hotel staff and told them that a woman had fallen on the floor so that later they would not have any suspicion on him. Tomo explained that Erika was Yuki's girl, so she planned to escape before arrival. As soon as Erika's signal disappeared from Yuki's system, a high-level demon attacked him, but Yuki easily defeated him and made him his servant. Then he asked how far these ruins went. The demon revealed that they went up to the 150th floor. Then he sent him down and told him to collect more servants before solving Erika's problem. While checking his logs, he found out that someone had blinded him, and Euphemia said that it was hard to hear because Erika was a killer. She further explained that perhaps Erika had come to the hotel to capture or kill Tomo, but failed, so maybe Tomo had already escaped. Yuki knew that Tomo had the choke goat, so before escaping, he sent Risa and Chelsea to follow them. Meanwhile, Lane was still fighting darkness, but no matter what she did, her attacks were useless, and she kept advancing towards the city. At the hotel, Yogiri and Tomo ran into Risa, who froze them in ice. This, stating that her mission was to take Tomo to her master Yuki. Yogiri easily broke the ice with his death magic and moved forward. When Risa attacked again, he destroyed even her staff. Then he asked if she had any other staff that she was hiding, and Risa pulled out another staff from her melon. Yogiri asked if she was here, alone, and Risa revealed that everyone else was after Tomo. Just then, a black silhouette suddenly attacked, but Tomo immediately reacted and took it down. Yogiri wondered how she became so overpowered. Then Momo said that finally, their training had worked. That silhouette turned out to be a doll controlled by Chelsea, and looking up, they saw many more dolls ready for an attack. Risa tried to pull out another hidden weapon in the chaos, but Yogiri stopped her immediately. When the dolls attacked, he defeated them too and moved towards Chelsea, who was a cute doll herself and was begging for mercy. In exchange, she decided to give them info about Yuki, so she sent bugs under her control. Finishing this was tricky for Yogiri, so he decided to leave the hotel. Meanwhile, Euphemia advised Yuki not to make enemies with such a person who could kill anyone, but his ego did not let him accept this. Then he ordered the bugs to attack, but Yogiri detected Yuki's location with his lethal aura and finished him without even looking, which proved his ability to be even stronger than he initially thought. After the bugs were freed from Yuki's control, Tomo asked if he would crush them, but Yogiri said that he would not take their lives just because they were unpleasant. Since Yuki was dead, Euphemia became free and decided to escape. As soon as she exited the ruins, she saw Lane floating ahead and a huge darkness moving towards the city behind her. Lane used magic on her and turned her into a vampire to find out how Yogiri defeated Yuki. On the other side, Yogiri and Tomo were ready to leave the city, but suddenly they faced a zombie army, which plunged the entire city into chaos. Tomo asked if they should help, but Yogiri firmly believed that it was better to leave from there. As soon as they went out, Masayuki met Mayor Ryota. He said that he had come on Lane's orders. Ryota handed over the key to the city, and Masayuki stopped the zombies. He also told the citizens that he was looking for Yogiri and Tomo. He showed their pictures across the city and demanded that they be brought to the central plaza within 1 hour. If this did not happen, the whole city would experience chaos, like the aftermath of High School of the Dead, because now everyone was after them. Yogiri and Tomo hid in an alley and wondered why they were targeted. Then, Yogiri remembered that he had finished Santaro in the game, and perhaps that was the reason why people were looking for them now. Just then, some citizens saw them, and as soon as one of them lunged at Yogiri, he immediately killed him. The others ran away in panic, and Yogiri realized that these people were just attacking him to save their own lives. So he decided that it would be better to take them directly to the plaza. A short while later, they met Masayuki outside the plaza, who mocked them for coming alone. He wanted them to play with him, but Yogiri calmly explained that he just wanted to take the train to the royal capital. Although Masayuki had put a blockade in the whole city so that no one could leave, and he ignored Yogiri's demands. Yogiri simply said that if he removed the blockade, he would leave him alive, but this made Masayuki even more frustrated. Then he unleashed his army of dead people, thinking that Yogiri could not kill a dead person. But Yogiri effortlessly eliminated them, and even he did not understand how this was possible. Fed up with his talk, Masayuki started transforming into a werewolf, but Yogiri finished him right in the middle of it. Tomo scolded him for breaking the anime's golden rule, but Yogiri was so carefree that he did not care, because they still had the problem of the barrier. Both went to Mayor Ryota, who was begging for mercy out of fear. He swore that his attack had no relation to this incident, and Lane had ordered Masayuki to capture them. As soon as they found out that Lane was also a sage, Tomo shouted about how Sion brought them there and tried to finish them, and now Lane was doing the same. Just then, Momo said that she felt a deadly aura all around, and they saw that the mind-controlled citizens were staring at them like they were Trump supporters. Ryota quickly took the city key from Masayuki's corpse to create an unblock, but the key failed. It turned out that Lane was holding the barrier alone, and Euphemia warned her not to make enemies with Yogiri. Lane knew that Euphemia was now completely loyal and would not lie, which meant Yogiri might have the power to finish her. Back in the city, the citizens took weapons and attacked Yogiri, and he was forced to eliminate them. This scared Ryota deeply. Meanwhile, Lane increased her chances of eliminating Yogiri with her shadow clone jutsu. Immediately after, darkness spread in the city. As soon as Yogiri got distracted, Lane realized that sensor clones could not have any lethal effect on him. Yogiri could not catch her the way he had caught Yuki. Lane ordered her clones that as soon as the darkness cleared, bombing on the city should start, and what would happen after that would be like a natural disaster. Meanwhile, Tomo told Yogiri to finish that monster, and as soon as he did so, the clones attacked the city. Yogiri told everyone to stay in a low position, and as soon as the missile stopped, he found himself between Tomo's airbags, crashing into a motorboat. As soon as he got up, Tomo revealed that many women in red dresses were coming towards them, and Ryota said that it was Lane. Tomo asked if he could bring out the real Lane, but Yogiri said that Lane was not attacking directly, so he could not guess her intentions. Then Tomo asked Ryota how many Lanes were there, and he said that the real Lane had just created her, replicas, so that she could blend in among them. Yogiri said that he might have a plan, but for this, Lane would have to attack direct. Ryota showed the dynamic map of his city and revealed that Lane's attacks had a pattern, and she did not attack the same spot twice. This gave them an idea of the next attack location, and Ryota decided to go there alone. However, Ryota said that he could teleport them there, and Tomo said that her vision was so sharp that she would recognize Lane from a distance. Like this, they all teleported to the next potential bombing site, and as soon as they saw the attack, Yogiri held Tomo's hand and faced the strike. This allowed him to detect Lane's replicas and eliminate them, while Momo used magic to save them from the attack. Then she gave Tomo a scroll which revealed that she had got it from an attacker, and it had the power of shield transformation. Immediately after, hundreds of Lane's replicas fell like flies, and the real Lane realized that everyone died because they were made identical. Just then, Lane felt Yogiri's magic on herself and understood that he had found the real body. Before dying, she said that she had to save a girl. Elsewhere, a mysterious room lit up. A girl woke up in a coffin, and she had a crystal in her hand. That crystal contained Lane's recorded message, which stated that she was a replica of her, but she had her own thoughts and consciousness, which made her a different person. She did not inherit Lane's memories, and thus she remained safe from Yogiri's attack. Meanwhile, Tomo thanked Ryota for saving the city with his help, and then she took Masayuki's military jeep and left for the capital. During this time, at the student camp, a samurai sage candidate, Ryoko, eliminated monsters, while her Powerpuff Girls cheered from the background. Later, she met a classmate named Carol who returned her phone, but she revealed that she had borrowed it because she wanted to see if Yogiri's monitoring tool was working or not. When Ryoko asked who she was, Carol revealed that she was an American ninja, and her agency had built a satellite to monitor him, but it did not work here. On the other side, Tomo was navigating with difficulty while driving the jeep through the Rocky Mountains, while Yogiri was sleeping. He dreamed of the time when Asaka signed a contract with the Institute for the first time, and read that she could even soon die in the job. She wanted to leave from there. But the interviewer Yukio requested her to stop and said that they were working for the betterment of society. While showing her around, Yukio told her about the term Alpha Omega, which was the code name of the testing subject whose care was entrusted to her. He further explained that this testing subject could end anyone's game at his will, and Asaka got scared immediately because she felt she was about to face a monster. When she asked why she was chosen, Yukio said that because she was an influential teacher, so the organization wanted her to educate him so that she could stop the testing subject from annihilating all creatures on Earth. Finally, he took her to the vault and gave her an instruction manual before leaving. Asaka opened the vault with her card and stepped into a prop environment with a Japanese-themed house in the middle. Due to the possibility of a monster inside, she stepped cautiously, and when she slid the door, she saw a young Yogiri sitting alone. She immediately ran inside, filled with anger that the Institute had locked up a boy. She threw him out and told him to touch the grass. Yogiri was confused, but just then he saw behind Asaka a hidden shadow monster and eliminated it with his power. When she asked why there were monsters here, Yogiri explained that they often attacked to finish him. While introducing herself to the boy, Yogiri told Asaka that he was hungry, so she decided to cook for him. While eating, she asked what his mother used to call him, but Yogiri did not even know the meaning of mother. Then Asaka asked if she could give him a name, and when Yogiri agreed, she named him Yogiri. When Yogiri asked if he could take her surname, she realized that he must consider her a family member, so she agreed. Then she taught him how to greet others, and in this way she became an important character in his life. Just then, Tomo woke him up and told him that they could not go further because there was a boulder on the path. Yogiri said that he wanted to return to his original world, and for this he had to meet Sion, who was in the capital. However, since the path was blocked, they decided to take a different route and go back up. Just then, a giant serpent appeared behind them. Tomo got scared, but when the serpent attacked, Yogiri threw it down the cliff and reminded her that they had plot armor. Just then, she saw a whole flock of dragons approaching, and when they flew to attack, Yogiri sent them to the promised land, although he accepted that they were at fault for stepping into dragon territory. Just then, a massive golden dragon appeared, and Tomo thought that now they were all trapped. However, Yogiri realized that the serpent had no bad intentions towards them, and a while later it said that now they could fly. However, Yogiri told it to stop, otherwise it would meet the same fate as the others. Then the serpent took the form of a girl named Attila, and she feared that she might meet her end. Yogiri asked why she attacked them, and Attila said that she wanted to see if they were worthy of meeting the swordsman. Yogiri said that they did not know any swordsmen and were going to the royal capital. However, when she revealed that swordsmen were rivals of sages, Yogiri decided to meet him to find out if there was any clue on how they could go back. Attila took them through the forest to a crowd of swordsmen who all aimed to become the next masters. A man told them to run away because they were not worthy of it, but the swordsman Duriba told them to fight until he stopped them. They had to reduce their numbers by at least half in the next 10 minutes, otherwise everyone would fail. Yogiri had no interest in this and asked if he could leave. So, Duriba made a new rule that if anyone ran away, everyone else would lose. As soon as the fight started, people attacked each other, and a blonde warrior, Rick, came forward to protect Yogiri and Tomo. He believed that a true swordsman protects the innocent, and during the speech, Yogiri saw some magicians trying to subdue him. He used his powers to bring them down, and the warrior thought that Duriba had punished them for their impudence. Just then, a boy named Lunal crawled towards Tomo and begged her to give him the rainbow stone lying at her feet. As soon as she gave it, the boy's body healed, and Duriba told the rest to stop and asked them to come with him. On the way, Attila explained to them that by completing their test, they could become divine warriors. A divine warrior is a person who protects the dark deity sealed by the divine king 1,000 years ago. Then Tomo asked Lunel what that stone was, and he revealed that it was a forgiveness stone, which he got for being a stone user used to fix or summon a lucky item. Immediately after, they crossed an obstacle which led them to a giant field. In the middle stood a huge tower. As soon as they went inside, Momo felt a terrifying aura and saved Tomo. Yogiri and Rick were fine, but Lununal started vomiting, so he had to use his forgiveness stone to heal himself. After the aura disappeared, it was revealed that Attila was not with them, and Rick said that perhaps the barrier stopped her. Then, the remaining fighters went into the giant tower and reached the top via elevator, where Ureb showed them something like the end of the world. Tomo, with her sharp eyes, saw a black-clad man and a white-clad woman in the center of a giant ball. They both looked frozen, and a sword was passing between them. Ureb explained that time moved very slowly in this barrier, and any attack here would take 1,000 years. Then, the participants found out that to complete the next lesson, they had to reach the basement of the tower in one day. But Tomo believed that if Yogiri used his powers on the Dark God, it would become easy. However, he had no reason to hurt him, so the plan failed. Then she felt that Yogiri was behaving a little weirdly, and she whispered something in his ear, which made him nervous. Yogiri immediately suggested leaving from there. But a magician named Frederica stopped Lunel and asked him to give her his rainbow stone. However, when he said that they only worked on him, she got angry and left while talking nonsense in Karen style. Rick told them that the tower was full of traps, so they had to walk carefully. But Lunel got caught in a trap immediately. Then he decided to tie a rope to his hand so that if he did it again, he would know, and he immediately stepped into a room full of traps. As soon as Rick entered, he saw a warrior named Teresa, who was eliminating everyone entering through the door. When he asked why she was competing if she was already a warrior, Teresa revealed that her warrior title was taken away because she was caught watching too many gaming videos. So now she was trying again. Before Rick could fight her, Tomo warned him that a trap of very thin wires was spread in the room. Since her secret was revealed, Teresa attacked with full force, so much that even a powerful person like Rick could not handle himself. In this chaotic atmosphere, the atmosphere intensified even more when Yogiri twisted his fingers and obliterated her in an instant. After this, he saw Lunel's severed hand, which had a crystal embedded in it, and Tomo was seen groaning in pain holding her other hand. Later, the four of them reached a safe floor, so Yogiri suggested that they separate from there. Rick agreed to go his own way, and Lunel decided to spend the night there because his magical stones recharged after midnight. Yogiri also decided to rest, but they found out that only one room was vacant there. Upon entering, Tomo told him to keep his Johnny away because Momo was watching him, but Momo said that if they wanted to clap, she could hide in the walls. While they were talking, Yogiri put on his night suit and fell asleep in a few seconds, which made Tomo blush. Meanwhile, for everything Lunel had to endure today, he received 100 rainbow stones, and he also discovered that he could exchange these stones for an ultra-rare item. When he initiated this deal, a weird blonde girl with giant melons suddenly appeared, and he realized that this was none other than Vanato, the same goddess who had sent him to this world with forgiveness stones. Lunel expected some sloppy toppy, but the goddess said she only came to tell him that she had updated his rebirth point. This meant now he would appear here every time he died. After she left, Yuriba realized that the number of people dying in the tower did not match the spirits present in the tower, and Arobio told him not to worry because the barrier would remove the extra spirits anyway. He also found out that to maintain the barrier, he would have to collect dead souls. On the other hand, an assassin named Aoi was running from the field. Just then, a man attacked her. She checked with her magic eye if her target was Rakutu or not, but before speaking to him, he struck again. However, Aoi easily neutralized his magic, due to which he had to rely on his sword. Before he could swing his sword, Aoi went behind him and eliminated him with her dagger. Then she realized that her next targets were Yogiri and Tomo. Tired of dealing with sage candidates, she set out on her next mission. But just then, a dude came running after her. He introduced himself as Daimon and said that he was a healer whom Yogiri had enslaved before Rakutu could free him. However, since Rakutu was now dead, he wanted Aoi to accept him as her servant. The next day, Tomo woke up and found Yogiri sleeping with his face buried in her pom-poms. After giving him a slight push, she saw that Momo was stuck halfway in the wall, and Momo explained that she wanted to give them some privacy, but she started peeking out of curiosity, and now she was stuck in the wall. Momo revealed that this tower was collecting all the spirits who had died here, and there was a lot of tension in the walls. As Momo got more engrossed, Yogiri woke up and reached the source of the magic, stopped it, and freed Momo. Momo was wondering why these spirits were being collected, while Yogiri told Tomo to become stronger because he would destroy any opponent who came in their way. He also explained that he normally avoided casualties, but here everyone was ready to give their life, so he would not back down. Tomo told him that she already had strong nerves and they were together for some reason. This gave Yogiri a weird ticklish feeling in his little Johnny. To hide his embarrassment, he turned around and told Tomo to order food, otherwise he would eat her cookie. Meanwhile, Aoi was going to Hanabusa. Just then, another golden dragon attacked them, but Aoi just said that such a big dragon should not fly, causing it to fall down. Then she revealed that her ability gave her the power to change any natural phenomenon at her will. Daimon said that this was like playing Minecraft with command blocks, but her ability became useless against high fortune people. The dragon climbed the mountain to attack again, but something cut it into two pieces, and Aoi recognized the attacker as Hedgehog. After collecting information, Hedgehog flew away, but Aoi saw that he was moving towards a huge tower. She felt she would find Yogiri there, but Daimon did not want to see him again, so she dragged his chubby cheeks across the mountains. Meanwhile, Yogiri and Tomo were using their instant death abilities to easily cross the traps, but they ran into Ecclesia, a golden armored wizard who was the creator of this tower. Yogiri said that he just wanted to leave, but the man said it was impossible because the purpose of this tower was only to collect spirits and use them to maintain the seal involving the dark deity. Yogiri promised that if he let them go, he would not break any more traps, but Ecclesia considered him very dangerous and decided to eliminate him. Before he could do anything, Yogiri took him down and told Tomo to move forward. Meanwhile, Rick collected 100 points and reached the firewall, where Frederica told Lunel to collect points too, helping him. As soon as he got enough points, the firewall fell, and Rick saw that Lunel was now fully ready for fighting. On the other side, Yogiri and Tomo reached a coliseum, where two swordsmen were fighting, while a big officer was watching from his throne. He was commanding his girls to move forward, and this man named Misaki was guarding the exit path. Then he told the other warrior to stop hiding her true power, so she took off her disguise and revealed that she was Theodicea, a demi-demon. As soon as the fight started again, Yogiri intervened and asked if they would let him go without any problem, but Misaki proposed a duel. If he defeated his subordinates Shiro, Giralda, and Inma, he would let them go without any damage. Misaki ordered his subordinates to eliminate Yogiri, but he killed them immediately, which put him in shock. Then Yogiri and Tomo calmly walked past him towards the gate, and when Misaki tried to ambush them, Yogiri killed him too. Seeing Yogiri's power, Theodicea saluted him and asked if she could help him with anything. She revealed that she was looking for her younger sister, and both agreed to help her. Yogiri asked if she had any clue, and she revealed that she felt the presence of her people underground. As soon as they reached the lower floor, Ureb found out that 17 warriors had passed the trial, but before he could address them, his assistant came and said that the first obstacle was about to fall, and the second one was also unstable. After this, the tower fell, and everyone saw the first obstacle collapse before their eyes. A winged boy appeared, and Ureb ordered everyone to attack him. So in this chaos, Yogiri, Tomo, and Theodicea went underground to search for her sister. As soon as they came down, a boy asked Ureb how to break the second obstacle, but when he refused to talk, he started eliminating all the magicians from all sides. Frederica delivered her fastest strike, but the boy handled it easily. Just then, another boy arrived and said that she was not worthy of defeating them yet. Then he introduced himself as Lut, and the punk boy's name was Organ. When Frederica attacked again, Lut grabbed her wand and turned it into candy. Rick tested his luck with Lut, but none of his strikes were successful. Meanwhile, Lunel got a pop-up about a special item, so he decided to try his luck with all his magic stones. Mom, the milk-giving goddess Vanado, appeared again, and this time she decided to solve the problem. However, Organ bowed down before Vanado with full devotion, while Lut fell straight into her arms. Confused, Lunel asked her what was going on, but he found out that she was Lut and Organ's best friend. Meanwhile, Yogiri and the girls descended, but the stairs seemed endlessly spiraling. Momo felt that there must be a hidden obstacle on the way, meaning they were hiding something. Just then, Theodicea felt a faint trace of her people's magic, and as soon as Momo told Yogiri to remove the obstacle suddenly vanished, and a new path opened below. Tomo quickly clung to Yogiri because she felt that a monster was passing through her body. Meanwhile, Theodicea found a door and went inside to see many capsules in which the souls of her people were kept to maintain the obstacles. Seeing her fearful face, Yogiri told Tomo to stay outside because it would be too overwhelming for her to see. Theodicea then told Yogiri that her sister was not there, but seeing her people in this condition would shock her so much that she might not recover for years. Finally, Theodicea decided to end her suffering and then swore to kill the Swordmaster to take revenge for her people. On the other side, Ureb told Rick that if he died, he would have to take his place as the new Swordmaster. He advised Rick to convert the power accumulated in the tower into his sword. Meanwhile, Lunel was a little frustrated, but he knew that if he died, he would come alive again in the tower. Then he asked Vanato for clarification, and she revealed that the dark deity Almagarma was her lover who went on a mission and never returned like his father. Later, she found out that he was locked in the tower, and Vanato had come to free him. Since Lunel's luck was very low, she thought it would help remove the obstacles, and her plan seemed successful. Then Lut revealed that the second obstacle was also about to fall, and Vanato was surprised that the creator of the obstacle was also dead. Apart from this, Misaki, who was a big threat to the dark god, was also dead, meaning no one could stop Vanato from reviving her lover. Then she pulled out the center of the barrier, but before she could destroy it, Yogiri and the others reached the surface. After the seal broke, Vanato prepared for a plumbing session, but the dark god immediately fell down into the river, which put everyone in shock. It turned out that Yogiri had sensed his evil aura before the trial started and had accidentally eliminated him, and this was what he had whispered in Tomo's ear. The very next moment, glue slit Ureb's throat, and before anyone could react, the attacker Hedgehog returned and killed Vanato. Lut immediately ran to save her and succeeded in bringing her back. Meanwhile, Organ pulled the dark deity Almagarma out of the river, but when he did not respond, he decided to offer a human sacrifice to revive him. Immediately after this, a horde of monsters appeared, but Yogiri used his instant death skill on Organ and eliminated the entire horde at once. Meanwhile, Vanato had gone completely crazy and was attacking from all sides. Just then, Aoi and Daimon appeared on the tower and calmly reached the Divine King and the others amidst the explosions. She asked them if they knew anything about Yogiri, but then she realized that it was not the right time. She also saw that Rick had already become a swordsman, so she advised him to use his holy sword because it could defeat Vanato. After she died, the dust settled, and finally Aoi saw Yogiri with his two waifus. She assessed his power level with her evaluated vision, but her system glitched and she fell to her knees. His profile just showed the end of all timelines, and this terrified her so much that she started vomiting. She realized that she could not harm Yogiri, so she said that she could meet her classmate Daimon here again. When Yogiri said that he did not want a bouncing fitball in his team, she apologized and immediately ran away from there. Then Yogiri asked Daimon what happened to his collar, and Daimon said that its effect was just temporary. After everything was settled, the rest of the people gathered in one place, and Rick asked Theodicea why she ran her app. She said that she just took revenge for her people, but Rick still wanted to punish her for her actions. Just then Yogiri came and offered to show Rick what was in the basement. Rick thought that Yogiri should not interfere because he was weak, but the Divine King himself protected him, saying that they were all alive right now only because of Yogiri. Later Theodicea said that she was going to find her sister Euphemia, who was Lane's loyal servant. After this, Yogiri and Tomo left for the capital, and Rick gave them a pendant that would help in trouble. With this, everyone else left Daimon behind and went on their own paths. And Sion found out that Aoi was missing and had failed in her mission to kill Yogiri. To get more information, she summoned someone from Yogiri's world, and that person was a scientist from the Institute. As soon as he arrived, Yogiri sensed his presence and literally blew him away with his magic, which left Sion completely shocked. Meanwhile, inside the bus, which was attacked by the dragon, Ayaka, who had died earlier, woke up and heard many AIs talking in computer language. Listening to their conversation, she realized that she was dead and they had revived her as a robot. She also found out that she needed a massive energy source within 30 minutes. Otherwise, she would be dead again. So she got out of the bus and started feeding on the dragon to restore her body. On the other side, Yogiri dreamed of the time when Asaka cooked for him, but he had no idea about it. When he complained, Asaka told him to pretend that he should swallow and taste, just like his mother used to do on Saturday nights. Later, she decided to give him some basic training, but soon a human android who came to deliver groceries stopped her. Asaka asked him to bring some more items, according to her convenience, and the robot agreed without questioning. A month later, Yukio was quite impressed seeing his progress, but when she asked someone for help, everyone refused because no one was ready to do this job. She did not want to stay locked up with Yogiri for weeks, so she demanded to go out. But when Yukio gave her a fat check, she got a little tempted. Then she argued that she could not even use this money, but Yukio revealed that she could go out whenever she wanted, which she had no idea about. Then she asked who would cook for Yogiri in her absence, and Yukio revealed that the robot had prepared the food before she arrived. Hearing this, Asaka left for the city, and after shopping a lot, spent the night in a luxurious hotel. However, later she woke up in captivity, and a voice spoke to her through the speakerphone. Back in the vault, Yogiri found out that Asaka was on holiday, which made him a little sad. However, he had asked the robot to bring a dog, which he named Nekoi. Finally, he decided to find her and asked the robot how to locate Asaka, who said that he would have to open the door from outside. Then Yogiri asked the operator to unlock the door, and when they refused, he dropped them dead. One of the operators got so scared that she agreed to open the door. Yogiri walked out without any hesitation and asked Yukio about Asaka. Yukio revealed that she had gone on holiday and might never return because the agency had taken her away. Yogiri asked Yukio why he was not helping her, and when he said that he was powerless before high officials, Yogiri decided to help her himself. Immediately after, he broke into the agency, and despite the high alert, bodies started falling all around. Some special ops had laid traps for him, but he sensed their killing intent and eliminated them instantly. As soon as Asaka heard their screams outside, a woman entered and held her at gunpoint. Just then, Yogiri entered the room, and when that woman threatened to shoot, Yogiri ignored her and went to Asaka. Then he asked her to come home with him, and when she walked out of the room, she was stunned to see dozens of dead soldiers. Despite this, she held Yogiri's hand, which assured him that she would never leave his side. Immediately after, they returned to the vault, where Asaka asked Yukio what they would do with him seeing Yogiri's capability. He said that they could not do anything, so they would leave it, and she could not leave Yogiri right now, because she would not be able to live without him. Asaka decided that she would stay with this boy for now, knowing that if something happened to him, he would turn the world upside down. Then she returned to Yogiri to play, but panicked because she had forgotten her bag, which made the boy laugh. At this time, Tomo was watching Yogiri sleeping in her jeep, and she felt attracted to him. While discussing her feelings with Momo, Yogiri finally woke up, and they soon reached the royal capital, where Momo revealed that they were surrounded. A short while later, Security Chief Torox arrived with dozens of guards, and recognized that their jeep belonged to the Immortal Corps. Yogiri explained that he got the jeep from Mayor Ryota, but Torox was still doubtful and decided to investigate. He realized that they were sage-rank candidates in divine knowledge. But even this did not remove his suspicion. However, as soon as Yogiri showed them the pendant given by Rick, everyone bowed down and revealed that this talisman belonged to the royal family's crest. Just then, the youngest member of the royal family, David, asked them to show their divine swords obtained from the Sword Saint. When Yogiri said that he did not get the sword, David asked him to prove his skill in swordsmanship. Tomo and Yogiri stopped Tomo from dueling with David and promised that if the situation worsened, they would protect her. Immediately after, the duel started and Tomo swung her knife at David's face, causing him to fall. Then, she tossed the knife in the air, ran fast behind him, and hit him on his back in a single strike. After winning the duel, Tomo and Yogiri were allowed to enter the palace, and David told them that there was a protective spell around the walls placed by the High Magician of Glaciers. Then he offered to show them around the capital, and both saw that the whole city was full of warriors. David revealed that these people had come to challenge the underworld, which was beneath the capital, and where a dark deity was locked. Then he told Yogiri to leave from there, and after he left, he told Tomo that they would meet their classmates soon. Tomo was worried about how they would explain everything to them, and Yogiri asked her if she was ready to forgive them. Immediately after, they sat with the rest of their classmates at the welcome ceremony, where King Mani addressed them. When a student tried to defeat him, the king cut off his fingers, sending a message that he was not joking. Meanwhile, Sion found Aoi hiding on a different floor, and when she tried to approach her, she saw that Aoi was trembling with fear upon meeting Yogiri. Meanwhile, Lut asked Daimon for info about Yogiri, but the fat man knew that if he said anything, he would be dead. Lut understood that Yogiri had the power to eliminate anyone just by wishing, but he perhaps had someone who could match him. Yes, he pulled out a key from his coat, which revealed that he had the key to a seal containing Almagarma's younger sister. He did not like her, so he had sealed her beforehand, but now this could prove helpful in defeating Yogiri. Daimon realized that he was as useless as Armin during the fall of Shiganshina, but Lut still needed him to find Yogiri, so he literally dragged him along with him. Back in the royal capital, King Mani told the sage candidates that they had to go to the underworld and defeat the dark deity. He explained that before leaving, they would be given a base for preparation. After this, the classmates' attention turned to Tomo, wondering how she survived for so long without any special ability. Tomo said in a bit of despair that they should pay attention to Yogiri too, but Bro is a side character in his own anime, so his help is limited. Meanwhile, the Divine King returned to the city, and Archbishop Holoris of the church welcomed her. He took her to his office and asked what happened to the Dark God, and she revealed that he was dead. Holoris then asked if she had handled the sealing, but Holoris himself said that he knew nothing. Just then, he pulled out a strange key which acted like kryptonite for her. Back in the palace, both of them met Yazaki, who still had no remorse for them. While Tomo was busy scolding him, Sora, a mischievous girl with pink hair, came to them and calmly said that she could not trust them because they had been left to survive, so perhaps she might have returned for revenge. Just then, they realized that Yazaki was the leader, but Sora was taking all the decisions from the background. Later, Yogiri met two goofy boys, Yukimasa and Yugo, who tried to make friendship with him. A while later, a sad emo boy Fukai came into the room and asked Yogiri if they could talk. He revealed that there was a death god in his class who gave him the ability to kill anyone instantly so that Yogiri would not bear the burden alone. He revealed that in the previous world, he was assigned to keep an eye on him, but he did not have permission to observe him. Then Fukai plucked out his eye and placed it on the table, which revealed that it could sense supernatural power. But upon coming to this world, that ability was lost. While going out of the room, he left the eye right there, and Yukimasa and Yugo were both left shocked. Meanwhile, Tomo hung out with those girls who told her about their abilities. Bishio could stop time, Munakata had X-ray vision, and Yatate had tentacles, but Sora had sealed all their abilities. Just then, Ryoko came and asked to take her to Yogiri. Immediately after she and Carol met Yogiri outside, and Ryoko knelt down and apologized to him. She said that if he decided to take over the world, she wanted to be with him, but Yogiri called it disturbing. Carol revealed that she was from the agency, while Ryoko was from the institution, and Fukai, whom he had met earlier, was related to the church. These three were assigned the task of keeping an eye on Yogiri, which made him a little confused. Then Carol asked Tomo if Yogiri had already changed his V-card, which made her panic. When Yogiri asked why Sora was handling everything, they revealed that she had an ability named Vow, which disabled others' abilities. She neutralized Yazaki's leadership ability and forced everyone to follow her with her charm. If anyone broke her promise, they would die instant. This was the reason why she was so dangerous. Then, Yogiri revealed that he wanted to meet Sion so that they could go home, but since they might need the help of others, he suggested that they should form a temporary alliance. Sometime later, when the girls were ready for the mission, Rick came as their guide. Meanwhile, the group of boys got stuck in a weird tunnel, and David also joined them because his royal clan had the ability to seal things. As soon as both sides met their first enemy, Tomo and Yogiri both made initial contact and and prove their capabilities in front of their teams. Meanwhile, Daimon was roaming with Lut, who was now in a male disguise. Ignoring his screams, Lut revealed that his master's sister had been thrown out of the capital, but he did not know where the entrance to the underworld was. He wanted to collect more info, and Daimon suggested that they infiltrate an inn. Meanwhile, Euphemia was roaming in the outskirts of the city. When her eyes fell on a miniature version of Lane, she instantly recognized her and knelt down, identifying herself as a maid. The girl also wanted to reveal her name, but since she had no name, she named herself Target right there. Later, Daimon and Lut went to a tavern and found out from the waitress that the sage candidates were attacking the underworld and had already reached the 5th level. Nearby, they saw Ushio and his friends complaining about Yogiri coming at the last moment and looting all the villains. Just then, Ayaka arrived, who had recently revived in the bus, and started beating Ushio. She beat him so brutally that Ushio died, and she declared that as punishment, she would kill one of her classmates every day. As everyone ran out of the tavern, Sion appeared and introduced herself to Lut. She told them that Yogiri had the ability to sense killing intent, so it was better to eliminate him quickly. Lut promised to take him out, but thought that an ordinary dark deity subordinate could not do much. Then Sion gave them a hint about the entry to the underworld before leaving. Meanwhile, when Sion received info about the sage's performance in the underworld, a fellow candidate, Porto, entered the room and requested Sion to extend the time limit. Sion agreed to his request, but in return, she asked him to get rid of Yogiri. Meanwhile, Ayaka was resting on the balcony. Just then, someone started throwing stones at her, and from here the story took a more suspenseful turn. She saw a criminal on the nearby roof and instantly recognized that it was Riona, a sage candidate skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Ayaka cut off her hand without any hesitation, but before killing her, she heard an assistant's warning in her audio stating that Riona's power was suppressed by the royal family's seal. So Ayaka let her go because she wanted the battle to be real when both of them fought with full power. Meanwhile, Lut dragged Daimon to the first layer of the underworld. While they were discussing where to go next, Lut noticed a hidden thug. She revealed that she could smell Alba's scent on Lut. That is why she came running. Daimon asked who this woman was, and she revealed that she was the same dark goddess for whom they had come here. Immediately after, the leader of Ryosuke's assassin group received a letter stating that his next target was Yogiri. At the hotel, Tomo scolded Yogiri for his lethargy, but he calmly explained that he was practicing limiting his powers so that his attacks would not be lethal. Apart from this, he was trying some snacks and delicacies in the city, but he felt that someone was targeting him, so he asked Tomo for help. Down in the tunnels, Mana revealed that her brother had sealed her, but she still loved him dearly. Daimon asked how she was able to move with the seal. Mana revealed that she had succeeded in breaking the seal. Lut gave her the key to the seal, which uplifted her mood, and she told them to follow her. Then she took them to her imaginary world, where she had many children with Almagarma. Meanwhile, Ayaka entered the king's chamber and said that sealing her gifts was causing her a lot of trouble. The king tried to stop her, but she effortlessly turned him into barbecue and took his life. Then she went to the hospital where Riona was undergoing treatment and revealed that she had finished the king. So now the battle would be fair and unbiased. Her hand had already healed, so she attacked Ayaka without wasting time. Initially, she took the lead, but Ayaka soon destroyed her hand again and turned the game around. Then she strangled her to death with some thread-like magic. The next day, when the king's chamber was being repaired, Yogiri and Tomo were roaming in the city and discussing plans to handle those people. Since Tomo had sharp eyes, Yogiri wanted her to do surveillance for him, but in return, she wanted to treat him to a delicious meal. Meanwhile, the Assassin Guild's sniper was concealing a lethal attack on Yogiri, so when he fired, Yogiri could not catch him. Despite his best efforts, he could not hide his intentions and fell dead. Immediately after, Tomo took Yogiri to his favorite restaurant, but it was already ruined because of Ayaka. When she screamed, Yogiri suddenly pulled her towards him and an innocent civilian was shot by a drone. Immediately after, Yogiri saw that the drone was destroyed and Momo revealed that it was her trick. When Yogiri traced the signal to Ryosuke, he tried to flee in a helicopter, but they caught him. As soon as the dust settled, Momo captured a spirit princess who was trying to attack, and Tomo remarked that finally she had done something useful after such a long time. Frustrated, Ryosuke summoned the Fire Queen Yam, but Yogiri eliminated her before she could do anything. Just then, Ryosuke's android assistant Enju threw a knife at Yogiri, but Tomo caught it before it could hit. Then he carelessly approached her and said shut down, which made Enju unconscious. Tomo was confused about how he knew this, and later he promised to tell her. Meanwhile, in Mana's imaginary world, Lut apologized to Daimon for dragging him into this crazy mess. As compensation, he gave him the key to the seal and revealed that whoever held it would be safe from Mana because Mana had lost her mind. Daimon said that his life was not that valuable, but Lut said that he had already accepted that he was going to die soon, but he enjoyed traveling with him. Then Mana took them to her chamber and showed why her brother had created the seal, and she believed that he did it for her safety. Outside, Ryosuke gave valuable info to Yogiri, but Yogiri said that he had to die. His skill allowed him to create objects from the previous world, meaning he could make copies of Enju, and Yogiri could not accept this. Later, when Enju was relaxing, Yogiri revealed that she was a robot friend with whom he used to play in childhood, and this robot was created from his consciousness to finish him. He said that the real Enju was probably eating potato chips in her home, but seeing this robot made him sad, and he wanted to end her suffering. Later, when they went out, they saw that the whole house was engulfed in flames, and Ayaka was in the middle. Sora assembled everyone and revealed that Ayaka had already killed 8 sage candidates. Those who could fight had to focus on the underworld mission, so Ayaka found them alone and eliminated them one by one. They were told to leave the country because the situation had become worse after they arrived here, so Sora pushed them. The next day, David was introduced to Yogiri and Tomo on the 6th layer of the underworld, but they advised him that he should leave this place before it transformed into a city circus. Immediately after, they all ran into a crowd of monkeys and alert creatures, and Yazaki came forward to attack them. Meanwhile, Lut finally told Mana that her brother was dead, but Mana refused and said that a strong person like him could never die. Immediately after, she declared that she would give birth to her brother, and Daimon regretted that his decisions had brought him here. Then Mana freed Lut's hands from his jail and said that she needed them because they had met her, touched her brother's body. She also revealed that she wanted his mind so she could see how her brother was before dying, but Daimon got worried and asked Mana for help first. She agreed to do so, but then she said that he should break her seal completely so she could fully use her powers. Meanwhile, for the next few days, sage candidates helped in the city to improve their reputation. During dinner, the girls asked Tomo if she and Yogiri had explored Lala, land, but she got shy and went out to look for him. On the other hand, Yogiri was resting in the forest when he saw David almost falling off the cliff in an intoxicated state. Yogiri reacted instantly and stopped him, but a while later something exploded from the cliff. Back at the restaurant, Sion suddenly arrived and revealed that she had been very easy on them so far, and if this continued, no sage would survive. So she told them to fight among themselves until only one remained, which left them stunned. A while later, Ryoko saw on her phone that the second door was open. Meanwhile, when Tomo was looking for Yogiri in the forest, the cliff he was standing on broke and he fell down and disappeared. On the other hand, Theodicea saw a group of wizards smuggling semi-demons and attacked their carriage. After eliminating them, she freed her people and saw her sister Euphemia nearby. At the restaurant, Sion said that those who failed to kill anyone within 1 hour would be eliminated themselves, and if anyone tried to escape or leave the palace, the same would happen, while the others considered this foolish. Fukai stepped forward and insisted that he should be the one to die, so Sion agreed that if he killed her, she would spare the others. Then Fukai used his instant death technique, but Sion immediately came back alive and gave some quirky explanation about how she survived it. Fukai did not listen to her and kept using his art continuously until Sion got annoyed and severed his head from his neck. When everyone ran away, 2 girls named Romiko and Giona found Tomo in the forest and explained the battle royale situation to her. Meanwhile, Yogiri was still free-falling with David, and he remembered Asaka saying that creatures who had surpassed humans could not live by human ethics, and they would have to create new moral standards for themselves. She had advised Yogiri to think before taking any step, and also reminded him that just because he could put something in a toaster did not mean there would be extra sausages for breakfast. Following her advice, Yogiri decided that he would use his instant death ability on his momentum so that he could control his speed while falling to the 7th floor, which was Mana's imaginary world. Inside the palace, Daimon broke the final seal and told them to leave right then before she blasted them. Daimon quickly grabbed Lut and pulled him out, but the ground slipped from under their feet. Lut said that if he did not go alone, he would be pulled inside, but when he resisted, Lut forcibly pushed him out of the palace. Meanwhile, the half-demon sisters and Riley finally reunited, and Euphemia revealed that because of Lane, she too had become of the original bloodline. Riley added that she could also feel the presence of her people, so they set out in search of other half-demons. She also mentioned that they were going to the capital to meet Yogiri, and Theodicea revealed that she had already met him. On the 7th floor, Yogiri saw Daimon running, and both were stunned to see each other. As soon as Daimon hid behind him, Yogiri saw a blue slime and told it to eliminate itself. Daimon explained that they could leave from there by taking a short path, but slimes were guarding them. Yogiri reluctantly agreed to help defeat the slimes, but in return, he wanted him to carry the big guy David on his back. Tension increased on the 6th floor because all the students started fighting among themselves, while Tomo hid in a tree to avoid the whole fight. Just then, Momo revealed that Yogiri was stuck on the 7th floor, and he could not find a way to come back. As for Tomo, since she was not in the room when Sion started the next mission, she was not a part of it and could move forward without killing anyone. Immediately after, Yogiri and Daimon reached an elevator which took them to the 6th floor. There, a fellow candidate who could do future reading and manipulation detected their arrival and attacked. But no matter how hard the candidate tried, his future book showed that he was dead. As soon as Yogiri stepped out of the elevator, he eliminated the candidate. And when Daimon questioned his morality, Yogiri explained that this was the same man who had tried to finish them earlier. Later, Daimon found out that he was also a part of this game, and if he tried to escape, his death was certain. Just then, Mia, an extremely powerful candidate with cat god powers, saw Daimon's information and decided that she should eliminate him. She met him outside and immediately attacked Yogiri, but Yogiri used his martial arts skill to dodge. Mia saw that one of the cats giving her power was dead, so when she asked the other one to handle him, Yogiri eliminated that one too. With both powers destroyed, Mia became useless and ran into the forest. Meanwhile, Tomo was observing all this from a distance. Just then, Momo arrived and said that their situation could be in danger. Tomo decided to change her hiding spot, but suddenly met her best friend Mikochi, who had hidden her necromancer powers until now. Mikochi then introduced Tomo to her guardian spirit Tinu, and Tomo got jealous, because Tinu was doll-like while Momo looked like an inflated toy. Just then, Mikochi stole Momo with her hidden skill, and removed Tomo's armor. Just then, Yogiri arrived there and covered her with his jacket, then shifted his focus towards Mikochi. On the other side, Yazaki and his team tried to eliminate Sora because she had snatched the leadership ability from them, but Sora proved to be too strong for them. Just then, a blue fatigue came from somewhere and engulfed them, but Haruto escaped with the help of his wings. Back with Mikochi, a voice told her to awaken her true powers, so she spat out Momo and amplified her powers, but Yogiri struck her down. Just then, Diamond came with them, and Yogiri explained that he brought him because only he had the key to the elevator. Since Daimon was part of the battle royale, Yogiri decided to make him bait to draw Sion out so that he could eliminate her and complete the mission. As soon as they reached the palace gate, Carol and Ryoko arrived there and asked if they could join their team. Before anyone could answer, a massive nuclear bomb was dropped on the city, which devastated the whole city. Although Yogiri and the others were safe, the entire 6th floor was destroyed, and now they did not know the boundaries of the palace. On the other hand, Ayaka got caught in the blast, and 60% of her body was blown away, so she used a skill called Dragon Heal, which helped her recover, but she transformed into a dragon. She was still trying to take revenge on her classmates, but the voice assistant thought that they might be already dead. Although Ayaka still wanted to confirm, but her sensing ability was restricted by Sion. She could now use Dragon Warriors, which allowed her to create an army of spear-wielding women who would fight for her. Immediately after this, she located Yogiri and his squad, so she sent her entire army to eliminate them. But as soon as Yogiri looked at them, he finished everyone in a single moment, and she suddenly realized that he was the Alpha Omega of their previous world. Her voice assistant also revealed that due to Yogiri's humanity-erasing capability, they were coded in such a way that they could not even recognize him, so that their chances of survival would increase. Then the voice warned her to leave the area immediately, but Ayaka's thoughts became a little blurred, so she ignored its plea and flew towards Yogiri. As expected, Yogiri eliminated her, and when the voice assistant inside her body died, only then did he finally realize that it was Ayaka. After this, they guessed the boundaries of the palace and came out safely, and just then Sion suddenly appeared and stopped them. Sion could barely speak when Yogiri used his powers to break her left ankle and warned her that if she made any hard move, he would unintentionally eliminate her. But Sion did not listen to him and tried to attack again. This time, Yogiri broke her thumb. Then Yogiri asked how they could return to their original world, but Sion did not answer and teleported to her room immediately. There she tried to fix her thumb, but despite a million attempts, it remained broken. Just then her assistant Yuichi entered the room, but Yogiri started attacking him too. Then Sion returned to Yogiri and begged him to spare Yuichi, and in return she would listen to him. Yogiri said that he just wanted to talk, and running was useless because he had a death note in his mind. He wanted to know how to go back home, but Sion revealed that there was no way right now. Yogiri remembered that when Daimon came here last time, he had returned, but Sion revealed that there was a link at that time, which was now broken. Then, Yogiri asked her for the coordinates of their world, and Sion started showing them through a projection. Along with the coordinate, Yogiri requested a power source, and Sion gave him a Philosopher's Stone, explaining that many of these would help him return home. Yogiri realized that all the sages he had eliminated so far also had Philosopher's Stones, but since it was their immortality source, its power ended after Sion ended them. Since Sion did not know about other sages, Yogiri told Daimon to find a way out on his map. Daimon asked if he would leave Sion alive, and Yogiri said that he had no reason to take her life. They left her crippled and depressed. Sion tried to return to her room, but could not use her teleport magic. Just then, some threads threads emerged from the ground and wrapped around her leg, caught her leg. Before Mana's demonic form could appear, Sion tried to escape, but all her abilities deactivated and she fell down into the swamp. When she realized she was almost dead, she told Mana to remember Yogiri's name because he was the man who would end her. Meanwhile, Mana started attacking the capital, but Rick came forward as the royal protector to save his people. However, he was alone and could not stop Mana from engulfing the whole city. Meanwhile, when Bishop Polaris was celebrating Mana's return, Yogiri arrived and eliminated him instant. When they saw a red slurry spreading over the city, Daimon realized that it was his mistake because he had broken Mana's seal. Immediately after, Mana manifested in front of them and asked Daimon where Yogiri was, the one who had killed her brother. Daimon immediately pointed towards him to save his life. But before Mana could say anything, Yogiri dispersed the sludge form. Although the whole city was full of debris, David suggested that they use paragliders because 5 people could ride in it. Yogiri and Tomo were left behind, and Momo turned Tomo's armor into a flying suit. Since Yogiri could not fly, he held her tightly, and they took a budget Batman-style city flight outside. Reuniting again, they prepared for their mission to return home, but decided to take some rest in the nearby city. Yogiri clearly said that he would collect enough energy only for himself and Tomo, but Carol and Ryoko had no objection to this. Just then, Risley arrived in her horse carriage and introduced herself to Yogiri. She proposed to him, but Yogiri refused immediately. Just then, the half-demon sisters came out of the carriage, and he realized that they had finally become one. Then Risley gave him her Philosopher's Stone, which brought him closer to his goal. Meanwhile, when the Divine King prepared to free the city from Mana's grasp, the Demon Lord separated himself from the rest and swore to build his harem. That night, when Yogiri rested in Tomo's lap, he remembered Asaka's words that he could use his powers. However, he wanted, but he should take decisions with prudence and wisdom. Asaka advised him not to get stuck in traditional ways of justice and listen to his heart. With this, they moved towards the next city, ready to return home. And yes, that's all for this video. If you liked it, then like, subscribe to the channel, and maybe we will make a second part too. If you reached the end, then tell us in the comments which character had the biggest melon.